Hey guys, it's Boetti here from Boetti Gaming. This is one of the few clips that I got of a full Abathur game. So in this clip, basically what I do is I pretty much just try and split push for most of the game. As you can see here, I start with getting the Locust get the full HP or the HP buff. I like to start with that because it makes them last really long and helps with pushing and splitting and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you'll see me right here using my my Z or Z if you're Canadian. But yeah, I use that to get to the lane after my first Locust spawns. So basically, at the start of the game, you'll have the two Locusts at the same time. I also use my mines right away. Just in case there's like a Nova or a Zeratul, which there is a Nova in this game. So I immediately go on IXO here and try and get some damage down on the Nova. It gets ambushed, so luckily with the shield and all that, it helps quite a bit. So yeah, as you can see, both of my Locusts there, they're at the same time as opposed to different times. Trying to get some damage in on them. People usually ignore Abathur, which is kind of sweet, but sometimes they don't, and it kind of ruins your split pushing ability. Just getting as much damage down as they can before they kill it. It is a 3v1 top, I guess 2 if you include me, but yeah. Good for our team as we'll get more XP from that. I almost killed Nova here, but not quite. That shield from Pastar is pretty strong. What I should be doing is helping out mid and stuff while Rui can hold top. I think you get XP from the other lanes, so if you symbiote onto a different lane, it actually helps the other lane, so you get the double XP buff there. But I'm not too sure about that. Our team's doing pretty well bot, so I can kind of split push top. I do end up going on them to help them out though. So with level 4, I get the symbiote host gains attack speed, so the Adrenal Overload. I think that it works a lot better. I do have a different build where it's just straight damage. It also works pretty well. I can go over that if you guys would like, but I find this is the best build for split pushing if your team needs the damage. The other build would be basically not going for anything split push related and just going straight damage for your stab and your spike. Then you pretty much just symbiote on top of people as much as you possibly can and just do as much hero damage as you can if you need that kind of stuff. So I'm staying on Pyro, but she ends up dying, and then I immediately try and go onto Vala. And if you hear any weird noises, that's probably my dog. So, not a bad cleanup here. Nova takes quite a bit of damage here, which is not good, but... sorry, Vala. So, she ends up dying, but we get the trade in the end. And I'm pushing bot pretty hard, so... Unfortunately, our Locusts are pretty shitty after the nerf. I find Abathur pretty hard to play now, from the nerfs at least, but you can still do decent. Yeah, before the changes to Abathur, you could easily push down stuff. The Locusts were much stronger. They got more health, and yeah, Abathur got nerfed pretty bad. Yeah, once the towers are out of ammo, you can really push pretty well. especially if the other team's not paying attention. And I like to put down my mines pretty much all over the place. So yeah, your choices in this one are to get the Carapace. So if you hit E, the shield goes to everyone that you're surrounded by minion-wise. It doesn't work on your Locust group, which is kind of a pain. But if you do get Evolve the Monstrosity, he will count as a minion, so he will shield all of the minions as well. So yeah, you just see me bouncing back and forth and just kind of doing what I can to do damage and hold off the split pushes and stuff like that. So this Rhaegar was kind of a pain. He really liked to split push. He didn't really stay with his team. He didn't help his team at all. He just kind of hung around our base and took stuff down. So yeah, like I said, I get the Carapace here, and it if you're symbioted on one of the minions, you get the shield for everyone. So it helps a lot in terms of splitting and pushing and all that kind of stuff. If I don't get that, I like to get the stab damage if we need that extra damage for team fights or just general use. I'm kind of torn between it. I really like having the stab damage, but I mean, you kind of play around with it. Yeah, as you can see, we're already almost a full level up on them, and that's just from them not being in lane, and I am. So your choices are Ultimate Evolution and Evolve Monstrosity here. It's pretty situational. Yeah, you can see Nova kills me here. That happens a lot, but unfortunately for Nova, it's a lot harder to get out once you get in. As you can see here, she's kind of stuck in that corner, and I'm not sure if he could see her, but I was trying to help him out, so he ends up catching her, which is nice. I'm not sure why she shot there, kind of unlucky, but yeah, we end up getting her. Yeah, so I like to get the Evolve for like cloning the champions. Basically with this build, I like to pretty much do everything for my Locust, so I move around and I jump all over the map in order to spawn them and do that kind of stuff. So having the ultimate is super nice because you can click on someone across the map, it's your teammate, and you spawn on top of them before you die a lot of the time. So it's kind of like Zagara's ult, where she can put that nest down and just immediately go. So yeah, just constantly trying to hold this Rhaegar off because he's super split push orientated. Yeah, tunneling whenever I can. The problem with Abathur now, after the patch, is basically your Locust groups, your Locusts, like, you can't hold anything off anymore. So it takes more than one wave of minions to really do much. Whereas before you could kind of kill an entire group with your Locust spawn. So. And unfortunately the shield doesn't stay with you for the length. Like as soon as you stop the symbiote, your shields don't stay, so kind of a pain, which makes it really hard to hold off stuff like this where the siege minions have the range and it just doesn't work for you. So our team's just pretty much getting seeds and I'm splitting and it's working pretty good. Even though we are behind a tiny bit in XP, but it's still pretty good. So I get the Locusts cleave and explode. So basically as soon as they die, they just explode and deal a little bit more damage. I don't like getting the Locusts have the range, because I want my Locust to be tanking stuff. I don't want the minions to die, essentially, because the minions will last longer than your Locust. Here I ult on Vala. I like getting the DPS because unfortunately now you don't have the ultimate, so if you go on Stitches or you go on Lily or any of that, your healing is just not worth it. So if you can still use her, like in terms of value, you can still use her W and Q, so you do a little bit more damage than normal. So that's another downfall to the Abathur nerf. You don't really have the same damage as any full champion, because you don't get to pick their skill tree, you don't get their skill tree, which really sucks. And then on top of that, you don't get their ult anymore, so it's kind of hard to decide what to get. I'm not sure, because Monstrosity dies really quick too. Like if you get the other ult, which is Monstrosity, it's really good if the other team's not paying attention to you. But as soon as, like, if they have an Azmodan, a Zagara, they literally do one spell burst and your Monstrosity's dead. So it's pretty frustrating for Abathur players now. Hopefully he gets buffed, but we'll see. So yeah, just putting my mines in random spots so that people can hit it, and hopefully they don't kill you in the process. So we're down quite a bit now, almost a full level. Or I guess we are down a full level. So Val's getting a little close there, and I figured I'd move out of the way. So she's probably gonna get dove on. Just helping her out whatever I can do, but unfortunately she just kind of stands still and doesn't do much. So there's no real point in ulting a Tassadar. It's as Stitches, I mean, because he can just D away. Just trying to help my team out as much as he can and do that kind of stuff. And I didn't ult here because Vala was dead, so I figured I'd save it, get the kill on Nova, which is good, and then I end up pushing top. So here I like to get the spawn a group of Locusts, and this is when Abathur gets really fun. You can move around the map as long as you know, like I can see that their team is bot and mid, so I'm pretty safe up top here. I can see Rhaegar moving top, but I kind of took the chance in that he wasn't going to be able to get me. I had my ult and I had my dig as well, so if he was good, he definitely should have tried to attack me, but I had the option of using my ult and getting away, so I guess my dig was down for a couple more seconds, but yeah. So just always deep tunneling and helping people when you can. Gotta be pretty multitask oriented too. And yeah, just always using your Locust group when it comes up. Just be mindful of that and trying to shield the minions that need the help. So I ult her just so that she doesn't die. Gives them a little bit more of a scare. Luckily Stitches was here, or I probably would have been screwed. But we get the kill on Tychus there. And that kind of lets us get some more seeds. So unfortunately Nova is right around the corner, so she ends up killing me pretty quickly. But at least we got some seeds from it and helped my team. I'm not too sure why Stitches chased. He should have just stayed with the team and got some more seeds, but that happens. Objectives win games, which a lot of people don't really seem to realize, but I'm sure as the time goes on and the game becomes a little bit more popular, they will. Especially for Abathur, you can just split push and get, like, you gain a lot of XP from doing like, not quests, but doing the objectives and killing towers and stuff, so Luckily this Nova wasn't out to get me, or I would have had to move around a lot more and be a lot more careful with when I go, but she wasn't too crazy with camping me, so. I always recommend trying to kill the flower, because that does the most damage, and then going for the plant, but whatever works for you. So chasing a Chen is pretty much chasing a Tassadar. Like, if he has his ult up, you'll just never get him, like you can see there. So there's a few champions that it's just kind of pointless to chase. And there I moved away just in case. I was kind of nervous that he was going to bring him over the wall, and I didn't really want him to kill me, so I moved back a bit and then I went on him. So here you can see Stitches trying to chase the Rhaegar, but if the Rhaegar has his ult, their team is pretty crazy in terms of escape. You just can't really kill him. Rhaegar's ult is nuts. So yeah, you see me just pushing the different lanes, and here I forgot that the shield doesn't stay with them, so I was trying to give them a shield before I spawned the Locust, but it didn't quite work. And then yeah, just ult onto them as soon as the team fight goes, and your lane will push top while you attack bot, which is pretty sweet. So, I mean, I'm pretty much over halfway done my ultimate, so I mean, I just stayed back and tried to get some of the siege damage, because I knew I'd be dead soon. So I got a little bit, and then yeah, you're back up to where the ult started. So now that I know that the shield doesn't last, I kind of like the stab damage more, because I don't actually like staying on the minion wave. I like to bounce around a lot, so I think a couple stabs here and there to get your wave ahead would be better. So in retrospect, I guess I'd change my build a little bit. Although it is super nice when you're fighting these kind of like the camps, because you will obviously stay, so the shield helps a ton. Because these camps are just ridiculously hard to kill. Even with your Locust group, they die so fast. So with this build, I like going the Locust Nest, so you can put a nest down, and in terms of having like a Nova or a Zeratul, you can hide where like they would think that you're there, so you can kind of go top and vice versa. So I was just waiting to get rid of my what's it called, my Locust group, so that they should be going top soon, or sorry, the opposite team should be going mid, so that we can defend mid. So that allows our bot to push pretty hard. So you can see Chen checking bot right there on the minimap. He thought that I was there, so instead it was just my Locust group. So here I think I try and bait Rhaegar into coming after me. I knew he would come towards me, and Abathur's not tanky at all, but I knew that the main buildings would slow, so I was hoping to just kill him, but he heals way too fast, so unfortunate for that, but it was a good try, and he got rid of his ult at least. So here I am pushing bot. I set my Locust spawn again, and yeah, just push pretty hard. As you can see, the Locust groups do a ton of damage when they're unopposed. Unfortunately, our team just got wiped, so it's kind of a scary position for me, because I can't really do much. Like, I need a team to really hold anything. So I figured I'd stay bot, since I know that they're all mid, and I would just defend from here. So as you can see, their XP just shoots up from killing all this stuff. We're all dead. But luckily I am pushing bot, so. And I just kind of leave it to my team to do some more damage. Just shielding as much as you can. Like, if you shield the buildings, at least there's a few more hit points. So I ult on Vala again, and I try and get that damage in while they're all hanging out with us. Dodge the Nova ult so that I don't die instantly. Not quite sure how Tychus got out of that so quick, but he ends up dying super fast. Yeah, again, never chase the Chen because he'll have his ult up and he'll just get away. So, there you go. So now I'm back down below and I can use my Locust spawn. Kind of scared of Chen here, but I figured I could get away and my team was there, so. Now that bot has been pushed out, I take top and try and push that since that's the next objective. So I like to put the mines down on the lane in terms of lane gain because it helps push the waves. So if they step on it, it does quite a bit of damage. So yeah, as you can see, the Locust die super quick now, and they never used to, which kind of sucks for Abathur players now, but it happens. I mean, he's still a super cool champion, and I really enjoy playing him. He's got a ton of diversity in his build, and you can pretty much do whatever you want. Like, you can go full support, you can get under shield, you can get healing, you can go full damage, you can go full siege damage, so it's pretty cool. Here I take the terror, but I wouldn't recommend doing that too often. I figured by the time I get across the map, it'll be close to 30 seconds, so my dig will be up, and I know my ult is up, so I figured I'd help my team in this way while they deal the damage and stuff, and I can push mid. So I chuck down the plant there so that it kills the siege minions, and I mean it's only a 10-second cooldown, so. Unfortunately, my team did go for seeds instead of help me try and kill the core, but at least I killed some time, and that kind of helped out. So luckily, Needlespine came with me with the ulted here, so that it did a ton of damage to him, and it allowed me to kind of survive. So here I am, I move out, and I ult on top of whoever is closest, so it was Needlespine in this case. I just didn't want to die right away, but I did kind of forget that as soon as my ult finishes, I am just going to be back where I was, so I kind of ignore dying here. I kind of just try and bait them out of their base, so I purposely try and get killed here. And you can see me like where my mouse is in the bottom left there, or sorry, the bottom right, but it's pointed in the bottom left of the mini-map. I'm ready to go, so it kind of clicks me back, which really sucks, but I almost make it, but I end up dying, so if it didn't reset me back to where I was, I definitely could have got out in time, but kind of just unlucky there, and now I know for next time that I have to wait, and then as soon as it blinks me back to where I'm supposed to be, I just click and then I go, So yeah, we have 2 dead here, so it's a 3-on-5, which is kind of a terrible position as everything, like all of our towers are down and Stitches is about to die, so even though he kills Rhaegar, it's still super bad for us because it's just 2 DPS against their entire team and they still have Chen and all that up. So, as you can see, I just kind of say, like, if we die here, we lose, so just try and defend and do your best not to die and bait it out as long as you can because we have 2 people up in 7 seconds. So as you can see, the core dies really quick when everyone's on it, but luckily the Needlespine ult was pretty clutch, and then Vala does some crazy damage. And then you can see that I shield the core as soon, or the core as soon as it goes, and then I put all of my stuff down and try and push this wave. Since I know that bot towers are all down, I mean I might as well just try and with these stupid siege things, they kill my Locust spawn almost immediately, which really sucks. Like 2 shots and they're dead, so it's kind of tough. Like before, one of your Locusts plus your Locust spawn would be able to take the whole thing down, so yeah, we immediately just try and push since they're all dead, and unfortunately our Vala is focusing their Rhaegar instead of the temple, which was kind of risky, but as you see, I cover that right away. But yeah, it was a pretty close game, and they pretty much almost won. If we were a little bit unlucky, or they had a little bit more DPS, we would have been screwed. So it was a pretty close game, and yeah, I figured I'd cast it for you, and thanks for watching. I can definitely post videos of different builds and different players. But yeah, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, and leave comments of what you want. Thanks for watching.